about 8 o'clock in the morning, Central Time still. We haven't crossed over into Mountain Time yet. And I'm getting ready to stop. I started this morning about, I don't know, 4:30. So I've been driving already for 3.5 hours. And in about another hour, I'm going to stop. I need to figure out where I'm going to stay tonight. I have a fuel stop coming up in about 200 miles. My fuel stop is just actually south of Rapid City, South Dakota. But it's too soon to stop at the fuel stop. And the fuel stop really isn't a traditional truck stop. It's like a co-op. They just happen to be owned by Flying J, but there isn't anything there. It's just fuel pumps. It'll probably be in an area that's even more sparse than this. I'm not sure yet, but so there's no real facilities. It's just a co-op. There's a bunch of different companies there that they accept cards for, and Flying J happens to be one of them, which we use. So that's my fuel stop, and that's on a back road. I will be leaving the I-90 and taking back roads to cut down south to I-80. By that time I'll be in Wyoming, but everything from Rapid City down to I-80 is going to be back roads, and it'll be South Dakota Route 79. That's where my fuel stop is, and it's about 20 miles south of Rapid City, South Dakota, and I'll be on 79 until I get to US 18, where I'll cross the border into Wyoming. So we sort of skipped the whole state of Nebraska. Normally I would take I-80 through Nebraska into Wyoming, but we got on I-90 out of Minnesota and cut across South Dakota, and then we'll be on back roads into Wyoming, and I believe I'll be actually getting on from US 18 to I-25 to Casper, Wyoming, at which point I will be getting on another state route. I don't know what it is, to get down from Casper to I-80. So it should be interesting. I don't know if I can do all that today, so I'm definitely going to make it to my fuel stop. Oh, drifting off the road. Definitely going to make it to my fuel stop. But I don't know where I'm going to park after that. I won't make it from the fuel stop to I-80. Interstates are the best, easiest places to find parking. These back roads, I have no idea where I'm going to park. It'll probably have to be some little lot somewhere, I don't know. This is some pretty cool scenery. This hill has already got me up to 70. It's a big lake. Chamberlain, South Dakota. We're at 75 miles an hour now. The speed limit out here, by the way, is 80. I won't go above 75. It's starting to get a little hilly. Some cool scenery. Looks like a land bridge. The speed limit turned to 80 once I crossed over into South Dakota. And that's 80 for everybody, trucks and cars. I'm pretty heavy. I have 39,000 in the box, and I didn't scale it because it's pretty balanced. I am actually going to scale it though, because I want to scale to California, and I also have to set my bridge up for California. I want to make sure I can get legal long before I get there. So when I stop at this pilot, I'm going to scale too. Normally, if I was just running around in the normal United States, I wouldn't scale a load this heavy, especially when it feels balanced and it's balanced like this. But California is like going into a different country, so the weather still sucks. It was raining this morning when I got up, and it was in the upper 30s. Right now, it's still only 40 degrees, but at least it stopped raining. It's still just cloudy and crappy. It's not windy or anything, which it usually is out here. But yeah, pretty boring. It's just now, just as I actually started filming these clips, it's just now starting to get hilly. It was perfectly flat. So far we're only 1,300 feet elevation above sea level. So we may just be starting to climb a little bit, but I've never gone this way. I have no idea what's coming up. I know in Nebraska at this point, about midway through Nebraska, we start to climb gradually. But through here, I have no idea. I just know it's starting to get a little hilly. Yeah, I still keep seeing a bunch of signs for Mount Rushmore. So it's got to get hilly at some point, because Mount Rushmore's got to be built into the side of a hill. I have no idea where it is from here. I have no idea. I just know there are a bunch of signs for it back a little bit. But yeah, that's about it. Nice wide open spaces, no traffic. This is where it's at. Well, I was hoping to go to this pilot up here, but I don't know if this exit's open, because they got us on the other side of the road for construction. So is the exit open or not? Exit, it's open. The last exit wasn't open, but this one's open. We're in Murdu, South Dakota. I'm just stopping just to take a break. Get some go-go juice for myself. I still have a while to go before my fuel stop. Elvis's Harley. Apparently, Pioneer Auto has Elvis's Harley. I find that difficult to believe, but hey, more power to you there. Great, we get to enter on the blind side. So I'm gonna have to flip around. I'm not blindsiding into one of these. I can just pull straight forward like a douchebag, but I'm not going to. I could just go through the fuel island. But I'll flip around, grab a spot like a normal human being. Rapid City, South Dakota. We are getting ready to get off of the freeway for good. Well, till we get to I-80, we're gonna be on back roads. I don't know, I guess this is the Badlands. I don't know. We started getting into the mountains a little bit. Little hills here and there. But yeah, Rapid City. Mount Rushmore is somewhere around here. It says Mount Rushmore, 2 exits via truck 16, and we're actually getting on 16.
In 1 mile, take exit.
But it's actually 79 we're getting on. Truck 16 and 79 are the same thing. But I don't know where Mount Rushmore is. I have no idea. I guess it's south of us, but I guess we're going towards it. I don't know. So if we went straight here on 16 West, we'd go to Mount Rushmore, but we are going south on 79. That guy in that truck up there apparently didn't want to go south on 79, so he's moving on down the road. This is just south of Rapid City. I guess it's still Rapid City. It's a bunch of housing developments, but that's about it. I don't really see anything else. There's some kind of plant over there. I don't know. Better make this light.
Just ahead. Keep left.
Go, go, go. Our next stop is Hermosa. Hermosa, South Dakota. That's where we're gonna get fuel. And that's where I'm gonna try to figure out where I'm gonna stay for the night. Because I don't think I can stay there. But I won't make it to I-80 today. So somewhere on these back highways, I'll have to find a place to park, and I have no idea where. The weather's still crappy. I've been driving west all day, and it's been exactly like this. It's been 40 degrees outside ever since I woke up this morning, all day. We're still not very high up yet. We're 3,200 feet up. We've been climbing steadily, but they're not steep, so. So yeah, next stop, fuel stop. So we're just coming into the sprawling metropolis of Hermosa, South Dakota. And I hope there's a sign for this Flying J, because there's my GPSs are conflicting on where it is, but I think I see it up here. That's gotta be it. It'd be nice if I could just stay here, but I still have almost 4 hours to drive. I can't just willy-nilly stop wherever I want. I have to get some more miles in before I stop today, so I can get that much further tomorrow. Hermosa, population 398. There are 398 people that live here. My kind of town.
Turn left.
Alright, how do we get into this place? I see the fuel island on the other side of the building. Do I turn in here? I think I turn in here. This looks different than it did on Google Earth. On Google Earth, it was just a shack. So they must have just built this place. Oh, there's a casino. Yay. And a lounge in case I wanted to have some drinks before I went on down the road. This place is definitely new because there was no, Google Earth doesn't have this, none of this here. It was just a card lock, just the fuel pumps, and that was it. And they're all taken. That dude came in backwards. Oh no, that's, never mind. I'm gonna split one in two in case one of them decide to go. That's it. Next stop is trying to find a place to stop. All right, all filled up on go-go juice, and we're back at it. I think I found a place to park. I don't know though. Looks sketchy. It's called Three Sisters Truck Stop. It's in Mansville, Wyoming. So I think it's just over the border into Wyoming. On some route. I don't know what route. US 85. Whatever route I'm going towards that way, that's where it is. Little tiny place. But the next place is too far, and the place before that is even sketchier, and it's not far enough anyway. This place is like perfect. When I get there, I'll have an hour left to drive. So in case it doesn't work out, I'll have an hour to try to find a place to park. Which there isn't one. I'm screwed either way. So Three Sisters Truck Stop. This should be interesting. It looks like just a building in a dirt lot, but hey, that's what this place looked like too. So what are you gonna do? There's just nothing else. I wanted to try to make it to the Flying J out on I-25, just before Casper, Wyoming, but that was 4 hours and like 10 minutes from now, and I only have 3.5 hours to drive, so I never would have made it. You always catch up, you always make up a little bit of time as you're driving. The ETAs are longer, but they're not that far longer. So yeah, Three Sisters Truck Stop's gonna be it. I don't know what's there. That's the fun of driving out here in the middle of nowhere. I have no idea what's coming up. That's the exciting part. And most of these roads that I'm taking back roads, they look pretty like this. Sub-limited access highways. Like the speed limit out here is 65. They're not like tiny little roads, back roads. They're just not interstates, limited access. So, but I don't know. I was looking at outside of Casper, Wyoming, between Casper and I-80. That road looked pretty sketchy. I think it's 220. I got to glancing at that, and yeah, 220 out of Casper, Wyoming Route 220, south out of Casper, and it takes me almost all the way to I-80. It looked pretty sketchy, so I don't know what that's going to be like. These roads look alright. US 18 westbound. And then shortly after that, we'll be crossing into Wyoming. We're actually right in the really southwest corner of South Dakota. Right at where Nebraska, South Dakota, and Wyoming meet. We're going right through there. But we go from South Dakota directly to Wyoming. And what is this guy doing? What is the speed limit, like 55 out here or something? Is that why you're going so slow? There's a co-op. Standard Phillips 66 co-op. Sinclair. Texaco. One pump. I don't know if that's meant to be a joke or what. They had one of those old time pumps. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Not a whole lot going on. Cool mountains. There's a donkey right there. I don't think the camera caught it, but there was a donkey off to my left. Oh, the speed limit's 50. That's why we're going so slow. Crazy Horse filmed in this area. What? Was Crazy Horse a movie? Westbound 18 trucks use bypass. Oh, well that's not on the GPS. Hot Springs. So the GPS is taking me right through town, but apparently we're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to take
1 mile, turn left.
the 18 truck bypass. GPS fail. That's why you got to read signs. If I followed the GPS and wasn't paying attention, I'd just gone straight into town, non-truck route. Of course, I don't think it would have mattered. There's not a whole lot of trouble you can get into out here. But you never know. It could be a low bridge. It could be some guy walking across the road. Pedestrians have the right of way. I was gonna let him go, but he's letting me go. Give him a wave. Oh, we're definitely climbing now. I grossed out at 72,780 pounds, and climbing a little hill. I can't get above 30 miles an hour. Top speed, 30 miles an hour, climbing this hill. Actually, we're falling off. We're getting down into the 20s now. 25 miles an hour. This isn't even that steep. It doesn't look that steep. Struggling. Guy in front of me is kind of heavy too. He's going faster than me, but barely. This hill's long too. Look at it. That guy's struggling. He doesn't even have anything on his trailer. That white stuff is snow. We're in Lusk, Wyoming. Just crossing through 5,000 feet. And yep, snow. Snow in May. Well, close to May. I don't know what the date is. Oh, 28th. Lots and lots of snow. Still. Temperature's like 40 degrees outside, so I guess it's melting, or I don't know. But it's snowy up here in these hills. 5,010 feet and climbing. I feel like I'm back in January. Manville, Wyoming. Population 95. Elevation 5,209 feet. This is where we're staying tonight. Population 95. It's definitely going to be quiet here since I'm the only truck here. I don't even know where to park or how to park. I'm just going to park here. Out of the mud, preferably. So yeah, that's it for today. It would appear I have a nice quiet spot for tonight. I guess this looks pretty out of the way. Not like there's a bunch of people here. So, Manville, Wyoming. Population 95. That's crazy. This is the whole town. This is it. The whole town. Yes, that's snow. There's still snow on the ground. That's the biggest house in the town right there, probably. That's pretty much it. Little mountains behind us. That's it. I'm out.